Uh-oh. Hold on. Batteries on my remote are dead. Couldn't turn the volume down. I'm not trying to get a copyright. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Pigskin Pete. Happy College Football Saturday to everybody. Sitting here watching this Penn State game. This is the craziest game of the day. Going to overtime now. Looks like we're about less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes from kickoff for the Michigan and Minnesota game, which is obviously what we're here for. Let's see who's in the chat here. What's up, Clemson Savage? How you doing? Clemson Carson, Matt Dummett. Michael Sachs Jr. Was Clemson fans a little bit nervous? No, I don't think so. I mean, I wasn't nervous. They played like shit for the first 3 quarters, though, that's for sure. What's up, Nate the Great? Luke Walker. That was a decisive win by your Tar Heels today. Is Penn State overrated? Yes. What's up, Johnny Red Dot? Tough day losing. Well, yeah, listen, that was terrible. Nobody wants to see that. Well, I mean, he's probably the best wide receiver in the country. I know Johnny Red Dot hit me up on Twitter and said, congratulations on the national championship. Alabama's not going to win it without Waddle. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, Clemson lost their best receiver before the season even started, Justin Ross. Alabama's loaded. It is hard to replace a guy like that but I think Alabama will be okay. Hate to see him go down, though. Junkyard Dog 2003, Georgia going to whoop some Wildcats' ass on Halloween, 100% true statement. I agree with that. Kentucky looked awful today. Did they just score? Oh, no, they're showing a replay. I've been doing good on my picks, though. My picks against the spread, I'm having a good day. So that's always good. Who else is in here? Crimson Brave. I don't know if I already said you or not. Stetson Bennett Messiah is in the house. Says, what's up, Pete? What's up, Stetson Bennett? How you doing, buddy? Asher Moore. Yeah, I picked Penn State to cover, too, and they should have covered. Man, they were up by 8 points. They were a 6-point favorite. They were up by 8 points with a minute and 47 seconds left, and they let Indiana run down the field in just over a minute. Hey, man, Penn State, they've got no shot at doing anything this year. Ohio State's going to beat them by 60. Stetson Bennett says he wants to know what happened to the old microphone. Well, I had to get rid of it. Well, I didn't get rid of it. I gave it to my son. He uses it for his gaming or whatever. But I had to get rid of it because it's not a XLR mic like this one. And I needed the XLR mic to plug into my soundboard. So I had to upgrade. You're talking about the lantern, I guess, right? The world famous lantern. I did a eulogy and I did an entire video saying goodbye to the lantern. Yeah. All right, so overtime starting here. So Penn State can still technically cover as long as they win this by 7 in overtime. We'll see. Who you guys got? All right, so Penn State complete inside the 10. Who you guys got tonight before this game starts? It's 7:30 now. I'm assuming the kickoff's going to be probably in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Who you guys got? Give me some score predictions between Minnesota and Michigan. Seems to me as if a lot of people believe Minnesota's going to win this game. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing Joe Milton, though, the quarterback for Michigan. But I do think that Minnesota's going to be tough. I'm going to say Minnesota 31, Michigan 27. Touchdown, Penn State. Touchdown, Penn State. Yeah, that's a good question, Luke Walker. How on God's green earth did you lose to Florida State? What's up, Wilkie? Hey, Wilkie, sit tight, buddy. I'll be sending you an email sometime here in the next few days to give you a coupon code. I'm trying to figure out what to do for you since I don't believe we have West Virginia added to the website yet. So I'm going to try to figure something out for you, buddy, for being a winner in that contest. Just sit tight. I'll figure it out. I need Penn to cover too, Wilkie. Me and you both, buddy. So they're up by 7. They need to stop Indiana right here. If they stop Indiana right here, then we cover. What's up, Tiger Nation? Brother for life. My man. Everybody needs Penn State to cover, which means they probably won't. Clemson Carson says Minnesota 27-24. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. The reason I do these streams during these games is just so I can hang out with other huge college football fans and we can sit here and bullshit together and watch the game and react to it. And I can't listen. I'm no expert play-by-play guy. I don't pretend to be. I don't even try to be. But one thing I am, it's way more entertaining than Gary Danielson. Do you guys hear what Gary Danielson said earlier in that game? I tweeted it out. Hold on. 1st and 10, Indiana. They get a complete pass all the way down to about the 15. He said, so there was that play where the Tennessee player punched the ball out from the Alabama player to cause a turnover, and Gary Danielson goes, "That's a new technique. Punching the ball out, that's a new technique. It started a couple of years ago in the NFL, and now it's translated to college." He called punching the ball out a new technique. What an idiot. That guy's insufferable. Thank you, Michael. Two things worried about my Buckeyes are the pass rush and defensive back offense looks good, but not great. I hate when Fields runs. I can feel your sentiment there. Dobbins will be missed. The biggest thing I noticed, and this may just be inexperience, I think there's a lot of similarities between Ohio State and Clemson's team this year, is that they're both extremely talented, obviously, but young on the defensive line, inexperienced on the defensive line. And what we're seeing with Clemson is they're starting to get better week by week. Now, today they had their three best players on defense out. They had Darian Kendrick out, Tyler Davis was out, and James Skalski. So they had their best defensive lineman, their best linebacker, and their best best cornerback all out. But, they still won by whatever it was, 26, almost 4 touchdowns. But I feel like that Ohio State has a similar issue. Defensive line is an issue for Ohio State. I mean, everywhere else. I mean, Justin Fields, he looked great. Obviously, Chris Olave had a huge game. 2nd and goal, they stopped him for a loss there. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They got 2 downs to get a touchdown here. Yeah, Ohio State's good, man. Ohio State's making. I don't see anybody. We'll see what Minnesota and Michigan look like tonight. But who's going to challenge Ohio State in the playoffs? Let's be real here. Penn State's not going to. No way. What's up, Bears, Cubs, Canes? Sounds like Booker McFarland. What's up, Dennis Wilson? Oh, how are you going to let him catch that? Oh, shit. Bro, and can somebody keep an eye on the Michigan-Minnesota game and let me know when it kicks off? I want to see the end of this Penn State game, but obviously I'm here to stream the Michigan game, so I don't want this to be clickbait. You know what I'm saying? Just somebody do me a favor. Whenever they're about to kick off in Minnesota, just type it in the chat so I can switch back over. I'd appreciate it. What's up, Sports Expert 101? I mean, I think it would be funny to watch Penn State lose too, except that I picked them. I have something on the line here, so I want Penn State to win, and I want them to win by 7. They're worse than I couldn't figure out why they were only favored by 6 against Indiana, and so the only explanation I could get is because they're without their 2 best running backs. Well, if that makes you only a 6-point favorite to Indiana, then you've got other problems other than running back depth. Well, I mean, that's the way it looks right now, Wilkie. Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, no need for a 4th playoff spot. That's the way it looks right now. You're right, but we still have a lot of football to be played. We'll see if somebody else can come on and make a run towards the end of the season and look like they can be a challenger for one of those. I don't know if you're going to see anything out of the Big 12 this year. Maybe we'll see what Oregon looks like or something out of the Pac-12. If not, there's definitely going to be 2 teams from the SEC in there. And if I had to guess, it would either be Florida or Georgia in that 4th spot. I need more TVs or a tablet. You mean to watch more games? Well, when I constructed this room here, when we built this house, and I envisioned this room, It was just to be a man cave, which is what it is. Of course, you can't see in here what it looks like, but it's set up to be a regular man cave. I transitioned it later into a YouTube studio. So there's the walls, you can't see. I mean, you can obviously see right here, but the walls all around are covered from top to bottom with college football memorabilia and pictures and signs and all kinds of other shit. I don't have any room for TVs in here. Maybe I will get a tablet, though. That's probably a good idea. I might get a tablet sometime soon. Did they call that down, or is that a touchdown? What is this here? They going for 2? Uh-oh. That's not good. Either way, Penn State's not covering. Yeah. Am I an Apple or Android guy? Well, unfortunately, so my phone is Apple. My computer is not Apple. So I'm both, I guess. So it appears it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters who wins this game. But it doesn't matter as long as Penn State can't cover now because they went for 2. So. Just like every year, this time of the year, I mean, the Big Ten just started today. So. The Big Ten just started today, so it's hard to tell with them. But all the other conferences, the SEC, the ACC, the Big 12, that have been playing for whatever it is, 6 weeks now, the cream is starting to rise to the top. And ironically, I mean, there's been a lot of speculation back and forth, especially in the ACC, about who can possibly play Clemson or win enough games to play in Charlotte in December against Clemson. And it's the same 4 teams that we said before the season started, didn't it? I mean, North Carolina, Notre Dame, Miami, Clemson. That's the 4 teams. We're starting to see that now. If you look at Ohio State's schedule, Luke, for the rest of the season, I don't know if I'd say the ACC is better than the Big Ten. I mean, it's still, first of all, it's way too early to say that. But anyway, that doesn't matter. If you look at Ohio State's schedule, they've got it appears to be one formidable opponent on their schedule at this point. And we'll see how they look tonight. Michigan. I was going to say Michigan and Penn State, but if you look at the other teams they play, just look at their schedule. Just look at their schedule. It's Rutgers, it's Illinois, it's Maryland. It's just a bunch of the lower tier teams in the Big Ten. So Ohio State, unless they slip up, should have no problem going undefeated this year. The only team that they should even have a chance. Oh, game over. Indiana won. The only game that should even give them any problem whatsoever should be Michigan. Penn State just lost to Indiana. What's up, John Serrain? Notre Dame finally threw the ball more than 8 times. I think they think Kelly had been sandbagging for a while. I don't know about sandbagging. I think they just executed better today than they have in recent weeks. They looked impressive today, though. But Pitt has been a massive disappointment. First of all, Pitt offensively has nothing. I mean, they have 0. They've got no offense. And if you're that one-dimensional, if you're just a defensive team, but your offense can't stay on the field, then your defense wears down too. So Pitt, I mean, they're getting exposed left and right. That the rule on how to beat Pitt is out. Yeah, Pitt threw 3 interceptions. They got no offense. The only player on that team or on that offense that was good was the quarterback, and he's not in there. And so when he went down, that was the end of that. What was that, last week or the week before? What did I think of Wisconsin's win yesterday? Not surprising. Yeah. Here we go. All right. And everybody's score predictions. I already said mine. What was mine? I forgot what it was already. I think I said 31-27. So I've got Minnesota by 4. Type your score predictions in the chat. And it's a life bond. You can't go back on it once you type it in there. Bama versus Clemson in the playoffs this year. It's looking more and more likely. Mark, thank you for joining me. He says 35-28 Minnesota, so we're close. Carson says Minnesota 27-24. Everybody's got Minnesota so far. Anybody in here picking Michigan? Luke Walker says Minnesota 31-21, so he thinks it's going to be a decisive victory, a 10-point victory. Michael says 31-24. Bears Cubs Canes says 24-21. I'm seeing a lot of people, including myself, picking Minnesota. The winner of this game, Minnesota, most of you, somewhere in the low or mid 30s. Tiger Nation says he doesn't give a shit. Here we go. So Minnesota's kicking the ball off. Michigan will get the ball first. And what did they just do there? They did an onside kick? What just happened there? Pete, I just sent you a message on Twitter. Okay, well, I'll check that out. Why don't we? Oh shit! Big play by Michigan. Sorry, I was looking at this. I was looking at this message from Wilkie. Wilkie, I'll get with you about that either later tonight or tomorrow. Thank you, sir. What's up, Snake Spence? Penn State is some trash. Yes, they do look like trash, don't they? Colby says Michigan's a trash can. All right, 1st and 10. Milton pitches the ball off, and he's going to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. Yeah, what's going on, Johnny? Everything okay, buddy? They're calling an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Michigan. What was that about? I must have missed that. I was reading the chat. It's against number 42, Mason. That's the kind of thing you can't do in this game. Let's see what he did here. Oh, yeah. So he basically got a little bit crazy out of bounds there. Held on to the guy too long. Roid rage, you know how it is. 2nd and 23. Milton back to pass, throws it over the middle, incomplete, and the receiver just dropped that ball. That was a good pass. Man, Milton looks big. What is he, like 6'4", 6'4", 240, 6'4", 235, something like that? He's definitely big. Unlike what we're used to seeing at Michigan, that's for sure. Yes, Colby, I got you, buddy. 3rd and 23 from the 41. All right, Milton's back to pass again. He rolls out to his left. He's got pressure, and he's caught from behind and sacked for a big loss. I don't know why I heard the whistle blowing. Does anybody have the sound on their TV? I heard the whistle blowing when he was still running. I don't know if that was a whistle from the crowd, but that was weird. I heard the whistle blowing way before the play was over. Must have been somebody in the crowd. 4th and 30 coming up. So Michigan has to punt. Oh, it's blocked. It's blocked. And it looks like it's recovered by Minnesota. Inside the 20, about the 16-yard line. Big play there. Bad start for Michigan. What channel is the South Carolina game on? Does anybody know? Is it on the SEC network? Find out. No, it's not. ESPN. Okay, thank you. What's the score in that game? 1st and 10, the Gophers from inside the 20, and they run it, and they pick up about 3. Taco BS. Never thought I'd hear that ever. Boone likes the Gamecocks, huh? What are you talking about? 2nd and 7. Touchdown, Minnesota. Touchdown, Gophers. Ten to 7 LSU. Okay. Nate the Great, you're hang in there, buddy. Nate the Great. This is the problem with being a two-teamer. He's a two-teamer. He likes Nebraska, and he likes Michigan. The problem with that is Nebraska got waxed today, and if Michigan loses tonight, it's even double heartbreaking, isn't it? That's what happens, man. Seven to nothing Gophers. Jim Harbaugh's out here doing Jim Harbaugh things. Is anybody surprised? I'm not. Well, RG, there's a couple of different reasons for that. The reason the paw is tilted to the right. The rumor is, but it's not true, that it's tilted to the 1 o'clock position because the games used to start at 1 o'clock back in the day. You know, before they had stadium lights, every game was at 1 o'clock or 1:30. The truth is, it's tilted to the right because the tiger actually walks with his paws outwards like this. And so the tiger's left paw is tilted to the right. What's up, Mark? See, Tiger Nation just said it. The whole 1 o'clock start time rumor is not real. Luke, he's a two-teamer because I think he grew up a Michigan fan, but he currently lives and he grew up in Nebraska, so he adopted Nebraska too. So, you know, give the guy a break. I don't know. That Snake Spence, that was a close call. It's hard to say. But, you know, I mean, Penn State has nobody to blame but themselves. First of all, they missed 2 field goals. Then they were up by 8 with 1 minute and 47 seconds left and allowed Indiana to run down the length of the field in less than a minute and score a touchdown to tie it. And then get the 2-point conversion. So they got nobody to blame but themselves. You know? Yeah, RG. A lot of people think that. That's true too, Mark. Or if you live in a house divided. Like, see, I didn't have that problem growing up. I grew up in a Clemson house. But some people around here, you know, there's a Gamecock that married. Hell, I got friends. I got a friend who's a Clemson grad who married a girl that went to South Carolina. And so their kids, they have 2 kids. One of the kids likes Clemson. The other kids like South Carolina. I mean, I could see if you grow up in a house divided how you could like both teams because you're getting brainwashed by both of your parents. You know, I didn't have that problem, thank God. And then I married a Tiger. So I never had to choose sides. It was always just the way it was for me. What was my thoughts on Clemson versus Syracuse? I thought that Clemson looked awful. They looked like they weren't even interested to be there for the first 3 quarters, maybe. I mean, they played the worst game that I've seen them play in 3 years. Let's put it that way. Trevor Lawrence played the worst game I've ever seen him play in a Clemson uniform. The team as a whole played the worst game that I've seen them play since 2000. I don't even know, at least 3 years. And they still won by almost 4 touchdowns. So, happens every year with them. Every year they just look like they look disinterested. They look like they didn't want to be there. Coming off that 73-7 win against Georgia Tech, they started reading the headlines about themselves and started thinking their shit didn't stink. I don't know. 1st and 10 from the 30. Big lane up the middle. Man, he's gone. Untouched. Michigan inside the 10. Touchdown. 60-yard run. Whoa. Somebody is getting chewed out in the film room on Monday or tomorrow even. This is you can't get a more wide open hole, and there was nobody in the secondary. Nobody. Watch this. That's the easiest touchdown that guy will ever have in his entire college career right there. Trevor only had 2 interceptions. Yeah, one of them was a pick 6, though. His first pick 6 in his entire college career. But that wasn't necessarily his fault. It got tipped. But anyway, he just was off, man. Trevor was off today. He wasn't as accurate as he normally is. I don't know. Got a tie football game here, folks. don't know if you guys saw Dabo Sweeney's press conference. He got asked about looking flat. He got mad. He's like, scored 47 points and won by almost 4 touchdowns. What do you want? I mean, it was a legitimate question when you're playing a team like Syracuse, but he's got a point. I mean, 47-21 is not a close game. You know what? This might be an unpopular opinion. Everybody wants Clemson to come out there against bad ACC teams like Syracuse and just dominate and win, like they did last week, 73-7. I think it's good for these players to struggle. I mean, you don't learn anything. Clearly, you don't learn anything off of winning 73-7, especially these young guys. They need to face some adversity. So I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. Now, if they would have lost the game, that's bad. But they didn't. All right, we have a tie football game, folks. 7-7. Let's see if PJ Fleck and this Minnesota offense can row that boat down the field and get touchdown here. We'll see. Clemson was without their 3 best players on defense. Not that should matter against a team like Syracuse, but when you're missing Tyler Davis, James Skalski, and Darian Kendrick all in the same game, that's going to matter. Yeah, again, RG, All Pro says this game sucks. You mean the tied football game in Minnesota sucks? How's ETN? He's fine. He came back in the game and scored another touchdown after he went to the locker room. They said he was dehydrated. They went and gave him an IV. I guess he was having cramps, leg cramps or something. He's fine. He had 3 touchdowns, so, I mean, he was really the best player on the team today, which no shocker. He usually is anyway. Yeah, that's what he said in the post game interview. He said he had cramps because he ate Frosted Flakes, and that's all he had to eat all day was Frosted Flakes. Which I don't know. I don't know how Frosted Flakes causes cramps, but hey, whatever. Texas Tech just punted the ball 87 yards. What? All that sugar, I guess. I don't know, man. I thought they had like pre-game meals. I mean, Clemson's they've got like a whole, just like all these other schools do. They've got this cafeteria with full-time chefs, and they make all kinds of shit. I thought they ate like kings before the game, but apparently not. RG Pete, are you cheering for You Suck to win? Well, I'm not now. I had them as part of a bet, but now that Penn State lost, it doesn't matter. So, no, I'm not. Yeah, they do eat good, Tiger Nation, but apparently he didn't today. He had Frosted Flakes, and that was it. Probably because it was a noon kickoff, and he went straight from his apartment or whatever to the stadium. He probably didn't even go by the facility before the game. 1st and 10. Minnesota from the 25. They're going to hand the ball off, and he's going to pick up about 4. Let's see. Clemson's got Boston College at home next week, and then they go to South Bend. Boston College had a big win today, 2nd and 6. What happened there? Anyway, loss of 5. There was a botched handoff there. They were lucky they didn't fumble that. Third and 11 here. Morgan's back to pass. Empty backfield. Sacked for a big loss. Michigan's defense looking really good as normal. Jim Harbaugh, man. Quarterback whisperer, offensive genius. Yet his defense outperforms his offense every single year he's been there. Maybe they need to make that defensive coordinator of his the head coach. What in the hell was this? A botched punt. He punted that thing like 20 yards. Oh, my God. So Michigan takes over at Minnesota's 45-yard line. What a terrible kick. What was that? That's one of the worst kicks I've ever seen. Wilkie, yes. Apparently, if you win a national championship and you go to the White House during a holdout in Congress, then they feed you Big Macs. That is true. That is true. It did happen. 1st and 10, Milton, complete. Picks up about 5. Second and 5 coming up. Hand the ball off, and he's going to pick up nothing. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Yeah, that was a bad punt. My question is, with the White House Big Macs, what all did they have? I know they had pizza too. I don't know if it was probably like Papa John's or Pizza Hut or something. Anyway, did they have Filet-O-Fish on the menu or just Big Macs? 3rd and 5. A McRib maybe? Milton over the middle, complete down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Wolverines. Milton looks sharp so far. Give you that. He's a big kid, man. He looks a lot like Cam Newton did in college. First and 10, they hand the ball off, runs up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, picks up about 8 yards. 2nd and 2 coming up inside the red zone. Luke Walker says, the only thing I hate about noon games is if we lose, it ruins my whole day. Yeah, that's true. Second and 2. They hand the ball off, and he's taken down for a big loss. It's going to be about 3rd and 5 coming up. Wilkie says the food must have been bad. McDonald's food goes bad after 7 minutes after you get it. Listen to this. Where did I see this on? I saw it on TV somewhere. It might have been on one of the news channels. This woman, I think it was in New York. She has a McDonald's cheeseburger and fries from 1960 something. Still in the wrapper, still in the McDonald's bag that it came in, and she opened it up and it's not moldy, it hasn't decayed, nothing. It looks just like it did. I mean, it looks stale, but it looks just like it did, and it's like 70 years old. So no, they don't go bad that quickly. They must be pumped full of preservatives. Yes, it is nasty. First of all, why would you keep that? But she did, and it looks normal. 4th and 8 coming up. Field goal. They missed it, and he missed it by a mile too. So, PJ Flex running around like he just won the lottery because they missed a kick. Sky U Ma. Does anybody know what that means? I know it's a Viking thing. I know it's a Viking saying, but what does it actually mean? What does that translate to? What does Sky U Ma mean? I want the direct translation for Sky U Ma. So if Michigan loses, what does it mean for the Big Ten East and Ohio State? Indiana might get ranked. Well, Indiana probably will get ranked. You're right. They shouldn't be because Penn State was clearly overranked. What were they ranked, like number 8? This is why you don't rank teams before the season starts, folks. This is why in my weekly rankings, I haven't had the Big Ten in the rankings, because how are you going to rank teams that haven't played and you have other teams that have played 5 and 6 games? Penn State is clearly not the 8th best team in the country. They're 0-1. How many winless teams are ranked at all? Winless teams. And that's what Penn State is now, winless. So now here's the problem. They've had Penn State ranked in the top 10 before they ever played a game. Now they're 0-1, winless, and they still have to keep them. I mean, they can't drop them from 8 to 30. I mean, they can, but they won't. What's up, Jesse J? My man Pete, how's it going, brother? Are y'all doing all right? I'm doing amazing and fantastic, sir. Cheers, brother. You know what? Here, let's do this proper. Like, I don't like to... I want to be fake. Got a refrigerator full of ice cold Heinekens here. I'm saving them just for this moment. Now is as good a time as any to start drinking, isn't it? I haven't drank anything today at all. So let's get it started. Cheers to Jesse J and everybody else in the chat. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's real good. I've got this refrigerator here set to like 34 degrees. It's as cold as you can make it without freezing anything in there. Yeah, hey Colby, I like Terrapin. I get Terrapin all the time. What's the one I like? It's in the blue and orange can. You know what I'm talking about? I forget what it's called. It's really good though. It's in a blue and orange can. It's a blue can with orange writing on it. Mark wants to know what's my bottle opener of choice. Oh shit! Pick 6. Pick 6 by Michigan. Scoop and score. So my bottle opener of choice is usually a cigarette lighter. I just use the tip of these scissors right here. I don't have a bottle opener. I can open a bottle with anything. A pen, scissors, Anything that has a hard edge on it, I can open a bottle with it. So. Anyway, big time mistake there by Minnesota. I don't know, man. That quarterback for the quarterback for Indiana looks pretty good. Obviously, Justin Fields looks good. So far, what I'm seeing from, I think both these teams have good quarterbacks. I think obviously Tanner Morgan's a good quarterback, and Joe Milton, from what I've seen so far, looks decent too. We'll see what he does for the rest of the year. So, I don't know. What's up, Bo Weevil? Yes, that's it, Colby. Thank you. Luau. During the summertime, during coronavirus, the quarantine, I was getting luau every time I went to the store every week. I would go do our weekly shopping every week, once a week, and I would load up on that luau. It was great. I loved it. So, score is currently 14-7. Clemson Carson says it's awkward drinking a Corona nowadays because of coronavirus. Not really. We went out to eat for Mexican last night, and I had a big Corona draft beer. RG says, if I had $1 for every time I hear amazing and fantastic, I love it, but could be amazing and fantastic, then in special occasions should be amazing and fantastic as fuck. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. I like it. I like it. Yeah, a tough break for you, Crimson and White 17. Seeing Waddle go down was tough. Probably the best wide receiver in college football. Period. All right, let's see what we got here from Minnesota. Got an exciting game so far, 14-7. We're only halfway through the first quarter. First and 10 from the 10. Morgan hands the ball off, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second and 10 coming up. (17-10) LSU over the Gamecocks, huh? Hey, did y'all see Coach Orgeron's new girlfriend? It's no wonder they're not winning. His attention is elsewhere. Second and 10 coming up. Morgan down the field. Complete. Caught across the 50. All the way down to the 45. 35-yard gain for the Golden Gophers. Yeah, old Coach O is pitching a shutout. First and 10. From the 45. Hands it off, runs up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, picks up about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up. Yeah, I mean, I don't think any Clemson fans happy about the way the game went today, but the game was never in question. It was more of a what the hell are they thinking type of deal. 2nd and 5. Morgan with the play action pass. Over the middle, way overthrows the receiver. He's looking for a flag, and he's not going to get it. I don't. Oh, there is a flag. Now they're yelling at each other. Got some jawing going on. Let's see what they say here. I guess it's going to be pass interference against Michigan. Yeah, so interference against Michigan. Who just asked that? Asher Moore, is there any chance we could see Ross back in the postseason? I mean, I guess, I don't know. Originally, they said he was out for the season. Now we're seeing him practice in full pads, but not doing contact. I'd be seriously shocked if we see him even in the postseason. I don't think you'll see him this year. I really don't. But who knows? I don't know. Is anybody else not a fan of the number 0 on these jerseys? That's the first year they've allowed the number 0 to be used, and it seems like every team has one. I don't think Clemson has a 0 guy. It just looks weird. Maybe it's because I'm not used to seeing it. 2nd and 7. Morgan hands the ball off. Number 3. He goes around to the right. 1st down and more. Inside the red zone. 1st and 10. Golden Gophers. And the guy's shoe came off. Yeah. Yeah, see, it seems to be a popular opinion that people do not like the number 0. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 13. Hands the ball off. He's going to change directions, and he picks up nothing. Falls down right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up from the 13. What's up, Tiger Paw Craven? Yeah, Minnesota's looking good, especially offensively. Yes, RG, I will use that in the future. I can't overuse it because some people get offended by foul language on here. I got to pick and choose my times. You know what I'm saying? But I will definitely use it. I like it. 2nd and 10. Hand the ball off. He's going to move around to the left. Inside the 2. Take it down to the 2. 1st and goal. Golden Gophers from the 2. We got a game here, folks. That's a good point, Asher. A 0-0 probably looks better than just 0. You're right. Yeah, there's something about having 2 numbers on there. But the 1 looks okay by itself. The other numbers look okay by themselves. 1 through 9. No. 1st and goal. Up the middle. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. Flag on the play. Somebody said the Minnesota helmets look like a Twix wrapper. And they're not wrong. They do look like a Twix wrapper. that red and gold color. Was that so? I missed that. Was that flag against Minnesota? Yes, it was. Yeah, it was. So they're backed up now to the 7. First and goal from the 7. Number 0 gets taken down for a 5-yard loss. Now it's going to be third and goal from the what? The 17? Jesus. Second and goal from the 17. No. From the 11. Morgan back to pass. Throws into the end zone. Overthrows the receiver and the defender by 5 yards. I don't know if he was doing that on purpose or what. Anyway, third and goal coming up here. Got a minute and a half left in the first quarter. So I guess none of the Big 10 teams are allowing fans in there, huh? Anyway, third and goal. Morgan throws it to the line of scrimmage, complete, and he's tackled immediately at the 10-yard line. They're going to have to bring the field goal unit out from the 10-yard line here. But did anybody watch well, I'm sure most of you did. If you watched the Ohio State game, and in the Horseshoe, there was no fans, but the fake crowd noise sounded like it was the friggin' Super Bowl. Did anybody else notice that? It was so loud after every play. It sounded like they literally had 100,000 people in the stadium, or at least on TV. I don't know what it sounded like there, but it sounded like that on TV. Fourth and goal. And the field goal is good. 14-10, the Michigan Wolverines lead the Minnesota Golden Gophers. This is a good game so far. Entertaining anyway, which is all we can ask for at this point. There was a bunch of good games today, really. I was entertained all day long. I mean, even the Ohio State game was good for a while. I mean, they blew it open in the second half, but I don't know. At least the first half was interesting. Mark says he would like to see. He thinks it would be interesting without the crowd noise. It would be kind of weird. It would be kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they're not allowing paid. Yeah, so they have the band there. I think that's it. And like you said, maybe some family members or something. Big return by Michigan. All the way down inside the 10-yard line. Barrett with the big return. Wow. I wish I knew what elite special teams play looked like. Clemson doesn't know anything about elite special teams play. They might have the worst special teams in the country. At least from the power teams. Definitely. Has any team had more kicks blocked than Clemson this year? I don't think so. They've had, well, hell, they had 3 in one game. They had 1 today. I think they had 1 before that. They've got to lead the nation. First and goal. Milton lobs it up. One-handed catch, incomplete. Tried to catch it one-handed, but it was incomplete. I think that was a tight end. Second and goal coming up. I think Mrs. Pete's down there watching South Carolina. She hates South Carolina so much. She's just rooting for them to lose. I have to speak quietly so she doesn't hear me. She might be listening to me on her phone, though. Shout out to Mrs. Peete. Michigan, complete, number 42. Oh, and he leaps over. They're going to call a touchdown. Touchdown, Michigan. We'll see. I want to see this again here. They're obviously going to review it. They're obviously going to review it. Oh, so his hand touches the out of bounds marker right about the same time the ball crosses the plane. I don't know how you overturn it. I think they're going to call it. I think this will stand, but I don't know how you can overturn that. What do you guys think? Hey, Snake Spence says Minnesota is trash, but they might be the second best team in the Big Ten. We'll see. Man, both these two marks in a row are confusing me. You got Mark Blanton and Mark Tarota. Mark Blanton says, well, looks like my prediction for this game is precedent as normal. Mark Tarota says touchdown. Yeah, I think it'll stand. I mean, if you call it a touchdown, it's a touchdown. You can't really overturn that based on what I saw. It looked like the ball basically crossed the plane simultaneous with his left hand hitting the out of bounds paint. If that's the case, I think it's a touchdown. Nicholas, no, I did not see that. What's up, Uncle Lou? He did. What was his exact words? I don't want to misquote him. Yeah, he said something like, yeah, he didn't, well. Iowa State's the best team in the Big 12, asking for a speaking spell. No. What is taking him so long to review this? This is ridiculous. All right. All right, 21-10. The Wolverines over the Golden Gophers. What's the score of the South Carolina game? Somebody, just anybody in the chat, anybody at all, doesn't matter who it is, continue to update me with that pronto if you can. Every time somebody scores, I need to know. And 21-10. There's only 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. I'm gonna go ahead and change the quarter. (31-10) LSU pick 6. Holy Christ! Of course. Yeah, that's what he said. You're right, Uncle Lou. That's what he said. He said he shouldn't have ran it out. Which, yeah. That is kind of blaming him, isn't it? It is. You're right. No cap, as the kids say these days. No cap on that. Lou's not capping. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. Man, Carolina Jackpot, man. he does more videos about Clemson than he does about his own team. Does anybody notice that? And I like Carolina Jackpot, don't get me wrong. But this guy is out there. Every video, it seems like if he puts out 4 videos a week, 3 of them are about Clemson. Well, he puts another one out. Clemson's beatable. No shit. Everybody's beatable.
DeAndre Johnson. Who the fuck is he? He's a fucking freshman. Fuck.
How do you lose to Tennessee if you're South Carolina?
Can you pose yourself as some kind of a fucking running threat? You fucking fuck.
Hell, Carolina Jackpot makes more Clemson videos than I do. Try that on for size. How does that work? Don't even make me do DJ Peete with this thing here.
DeAndre Johnson. DeAndre Johnson. Who the fuck is he? DeAndre. Can you pose yourself as some kind of a fucking running threat? You fucking fuck. DeAndre Johnson. Who the fuck is he? He's a fucking freshman. Fuck. Pose yourself as some kind of a fucking running threat. Johnson. Who the fuck is he? He's a fucking freshman. Fuck. Can you pose yourself as some kind of a fucking running threat? You fucking fuck.
Hey, DeAndre Johnson didn't look too good against Alabama today, though, did he? Congratulations. You tried and you failed miserably. Uh-oh, Jackpot just went live. Uh-oh. Hold on here. Hold on. Breaking news, everybody. Jackpot has probably had at least one too many Miller Lights, and he's gone live. I might have to put it up on the screen here. Give me a second. Give me a second to work things out. Give me a second to work things out. Oh, yeah, he's live. He's live. Everybody, he's live.
Oh, it's a shame Vanderbilt's not around right now. Yeah, at least we beat y'all. It's just exactly an indictment on what I'm about to talk about. The fact that we suck. You called it. How do you miss so many picks? I don't miss that many, sir. I make a lot. I get a lot right. I miss a lot. The reason why is because I pick a fucking lot of them. There's not that many of these YouTubers out here who pick that many goddamn games, okay? I mean, you can sit here and watch your fucking Uncle Lou or whoever you want to. These guys only pick 4 or 5 fucking key games and they'll say, oh my God, he got 3 of them right. I mean, they're not sitting here picking Middle Tennessee State and Rice. They're not sitting here picking buttfuck State and bumfuck you. I mean, they're just not. I'm sitting here picking a ton of games, and it's hard to get all of them correct. It really is. I mean, especially when you hadn't been exposed to them that much. But I try. I'll do my best. Channing Marcel says, not surprised by this.
He's on there lying. He's trying to say me and Uncle Lou don't pick. We only pick 4 games a week, sir. We do an entire show. We pick 50 games a week. 50.
A half left in the fucking.
What's he talking about?
Yeah. Says Hill's awful. No, who would you put in his place? Think Ryan Helinski could do better? Somebody says jackpot life would be easier if you would join the Clemson side. Nope, never. Never. Don't even entertain that thought. Not going over with those dirty ass fucking redneck. Fuck that. Fuck that. Who wants to be a fucking Clemson fan? Woo, we gonna win today. I mean, you know,
DeAndre Johnson.
God damn it.
DeAndre Johnson. DeAndre Johnson.
No, Sheldon 500 says, I feel sorry for South Carolina. I feel bad for you guys, too.
DeAndre Johnson.
Especially since you lost to this team last year. That really makes me feel bad for you. Hell yeah. God damn, I hate my life. Why? I hate my fucking football team. I can. How are you behind by 21 points to a team that lost to Missouri? Lost to fucking Mississippi State. You fucking shit bricks. I knew that it could happen, and we're sitting here going for field goals. Thanks a lot. How we missed it?
DeAndre.
Well, here you go. Way to show your balls, champ. You fucking lame-ass dick motherfucker. God damn, I fucking hate you, and I fucking hate this fucking football team.
Oh, by the way, it's 21-10, Michigan.
We're playing the team you're playing, we win by 30.
Johnson.
Sir, you could only beat Syracuse by 26. They were down to the 3rd and 4th string. Just stop. If you're a Clemson fan today, just stop. Just stop.
Jackpot, what do you know?
Stop.
What do you know about beating anybody by 26?
No room to talk shit.
You know, what do you know about beating anybody by 26? Anybody.
You couldn't even beat
DeAndre
or cover the
Johnson.
spread against a very, very incompetent team today. And you sit there, y'all want to sit there and try to spin it. Y'all want to try to be the spin masters and sit there and say, well, we still won by 26 and we didn't even play. We played our D game. Guess what? Your D game should have won the thing by 45. That's what the American betting public and the ESPN Power Index said.
The Gamecocks can't beat an ACC team by 10.
6 points of Syracuse in the
We'll type in the chat and get him real triggered. Watch
quarter.
this.
Okay.
Watch this.
I don't want to hear y'all say anything. You have nothing to say. You have nothing to talk about. I mean, this is really, isn't this about what y'all score against them was last year, too? I mean, come on now. Oh, Lord, here comes R. Kelly's friend in here talking shit.
See what he says about
Hey,
that.
hey, Maserati, tell R. Kelly I said, go fuck yourself. Got more subs than you. Mr. Bald-headed, I'm gonna go cruise down. What is it? In Charlotte.
For all you people watching, I'll get back to the game in a second. This is just too good. I'll get back to the game. And I know some of you are here. You aren't here for this. You're here for the game. But this is just too good.
Joe Biden flag. Fuck him.
Oh, he said fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah, North Tryon. Fuck North Tryon. I haven't listened to that stupid son of a bitch ever since he fucking blocked me on Facebook and unfriended me. So he can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. Take his damn left wing ass with him.
Shit.
DeAndre Johnson.
Dickhead. Dickhead.
All right.
Somebody I really have a lot of fucking respect for, too. Really have a lot of damn respect for. And then goes and shows their damn true colors. And that true color is fucking brown. Brown like shit. Not like my damn Gamecocks.
Oh, shit,
brown
hold
like
on.
shit.
Oh, God. Here we go. We're back. And let me turn him off because he's I still got his sound on there.
What has Trump done for you, bro?
And now he's getting into politics. I'm definitely Audi 5000 on that one. Anyway, old jackpot there. So the game still it's second quarter. There's 10 minutes left. Still 21-10 here. I probably ran half the people off that were in here. My favorite thing is when he starts calling Clemson fans a bunch of rednecks. Bunch of rednecks. Who the hell won't be a Clemson fan? Bunch of rednecks.
DeAndre Johnson. Who the fuck is he? He's a fucking freshman. Fuck.
Oh shit! You can't write this stuff, folks. By the way, for the record, I like Jackpot. I do. I think he's funnier than shit. Oh, Mark. Oh shit, was that a touchdown by Minnesota? If not, they're down at the 1. Mark, if you have not subscribed to Carolina Jackpot, you don't know what you're missing. You should go do that right now, if not sooner. Let's see. It looks like the players down there at the 1-inch line. Yes, Mark. And that's not even trolling. This is a football channel. I don't like to talk about academics, right? But the truth is, and they know it, I know at least 10 or 12 people, personal friends of mine, that went to South Carolina because they didn't get into Clemson. So it's not even a debated fact. I mean, a debated controversy. It's a fact. Yes, Clemson's a way better school than South Carolina. Looks like he's down. His elbow's down before the goal line there. I mean, how many times do you have to look at this? I just looked at it 10 times in a row on TV and saw it's down. So what are they looking at? What's taking so long here? Is Uncle Lou still in here? Did he see what the old jackpot said about us? Said all we do is pick 4 games a week. Anybody can do that. Meanwhile, we do an hour-long show every week where we pick every game in the Power 5. Every game. And then more on top of that. Anybody can do that, Jackpot says.
DeAndre Johnson.
What are they doing here? Ruling on the field's a touchdown. Clearly he was down before the touchdown. Why is this taking them 18 minutes to do this? We all just saw it 10 times in a row. What's going on here? What are they looking at? This is why these games take 4.5 hours. Because, well, let's see what they say here. And then they call it a touchdown when it clearly wasn't. You know what, Bierk? I wish I would have done that one. Rutgers, because I knew that Michigan State was going to be bad, but it's still hard to bet on Rutgers. I mean, Michigan State's the next level bad, and they're going to be bad for a while, too. The extra point is good. 21-17. Michigan over the Golden Gophers. This is a good game here. Got sidetracked there for a minute by old Jackpot. But anyway. Good old Jackpot. Let's see who's in here. Let's see who didn't leave me. That's most important. Who stuck around? Bierk stuck around. Nicholas Powell stuck around. Crimson and White 17 stuck around. Luke Walker. Stephen Marks. Pitt rhymes with shit for a reason, he says. Something tells me Stephen Marks is a West Virginia fan. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Or maybe a Notre Dame fan. Maybe a Notre Dame fan. Mark Blanton brings up a good point. CBS stands for Commercial Broadcasting System. Mm-hmm. It's true. Yeah, I did notice that, Mark. I think they figured the more commercials they put on air, the less we have to hear of Gary Danielson saying stupid shit over and over again. That's the reason they did that. Is Gary Danielson the most hated broadcaster in all of sports? I guess maybe he's right up there with Joe Buck. Probably a tie between those two. If I had to choose between the two, I'd rather listen to Joe Buck than Gary Danielson. Joe Buck is just annoying, right? Gary Danielson sounds worse than nails on a chalkboard. His voice, the things he says, well, mainly his voice and the things he says. And then when they put him on camera, just forget about it. Then it's the trifecta. The way he looks. So you get the way he looks, the way he sounds, what he says, the trifecta. What's up, Hunter Porth? What is my thoughts on LSU's freshman quarterback starting today against South Carolina so far? Well, Hunter, I would be able to give you a better answer, except I haven't even seen a single snap of that game because I've been watching the Minnesota game. I'll have to go back and watch that game. I'm recording it. I'll watch it tomorrow probably, so I can give you a better answer on that. What do you think about it? That's probably a more important question. What do you think about LSU's freshman quarterback starting today? Does he look good? I don't know. Big defensive play for Minnesota there. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. And it looked to me as if Minnesota came up with a big negative play there. I'm not going to read what you just said, Jesse, but anybody else can read it if they want to. And that's assuming you're right-handed. Pigskin Pete happens to be left-handed, sir. That's all I'm going to say about that. 1st and 10 from the 23. Milton back to pass. Throws it to the right side. Complete. That's a hell of a catch there. First down. Picks up about 15 yards on the play. 1st and 10. Michigan. Crimson says he doesn't mind Gary Danielson. The only thing that you don't like about him is that he clearly wants Alabama to be in tight games. It's not just clearly he's an Alabama homer. He loves Alabama. He loves Nick Saban. He loves the SEC. That's all fine with me. He just says stupid shit. 1st and 10. The end around run, and they're going to pick up about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. He just says some stupid shit, like what I said earlier. What he said today might have been the dumbest thing I've ever heard an announcer say. Saying that punching the ball out to force a fumble is a new technique. Yeah, it was new 50 years ago, Gary. How is that new? Yeah, anyway. And he says something like that every week, too. 2nd and 5. Milton with the fake handoff and runs around the left side for a 1st down and more inside the 50, 1st and 10. Wolverines. I like the way this guy looks. He's as advertised so far, this Joe Milton from Michigan. He looks good. He looks good. Yeah, well, Dick Vitale. 1st and 10, Milton back to pass, throws it deep over the middle, and he overthrows the receiver by about 10 yards. I don't know what that was. 2nd and 10 coming up. So I've been impressed with Milton on everything except for the deep ball tonight so far. Dan Orlovsky. Well, I don't know, Dan. He's not as bad. It's not even close. He's not near as bad as Gary Danielson. But I see what you're saying. What's up, Slim Shady Canes? 2nd and 10. Across the 50, across the 40. Out of bounds, 1st and 10, Wolverines. So Michigan is having a lot of success on these short, 5-yard passes and running the ball. Haven't been too consistent, over 15 or 20 yards throwing the ball, but they're just chipping away here. This would be significant if Michigan was able to score on this drive. They're on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10, hand the ball off, and they're getting 5-6 yards every run play. Right? Even that one didn't seem like much, but he picked up 5 yards on 1st down. Or 4 yards, they're saying, 2nd and 6. Man, this is gonna be a high-scoring game, guys. I mean, we're only in the 2nd quarter here. This might be. There might be 80 points scored in this game. Seriously, or more. Still got 7 minutes left in this half. 21-17, and they're about to score again. 2nd and 6. Flag on a play. Flags everywhere. Well, Luke, everybody's in love with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, it's not just ESPN. It's all the NFL scouts. It's everybody. And there's a reason for that. I mean, the guy's lost one game in his entire college career. One. Second and 11. I think he only lost one game in his high school career. So he's lost 2 games in the past 7 years. 2nd and 11. Milton with the quarterback keeper up the middle on 2nd and 11, and he picks up about 10. Flag on the play. See who this is against. Might be a holding call against Michigan. Probably is. Yeah, holding against Michigan. Yeah, Harbaugh is a weirdo. Yeah, that nervous bird thing, the sleeping over and at the recruit's house and with the milk and cookies deal, like treating him like he's 5 years old, the whole Michael Jackson vibe going on there. Yeah, he's a weird guy. I don't think he has like bad intentions or anything. He's just weird. He's weird. 2nd and 13. I have a theory about Jim Harbaugh, and believe me, I'm no doctor. I don't think I have to say that, but I'm no doctor. He played a long time in the NFL, played, high school, college ball, took a lot of hits as a quarterback. I have this theory that he's got some sort of some ramifications from head injury or something. Like you see during these interviews where where they'll ask him a question and it seems like it takes him 30 seconds to think of an answer, and then he doesn't, and sometimes he doesn't make sense when he makes the answer. I don't know. I think he's got something's going on there. He seems slow. Not slow like mentally challenged, but slow like it takes him a minute to understand what he's about to say or something, That's why I don't really make fun of him, because if it's a medical condition, I don't want to make fun of somebody with a medical condition. Nicholas says his favorite announcer was Ron Franklin. Hold on. Is that Jim Harbaugh with sunglasses on at night while coaching a football game? What's going on with that? Well, I can't listen, sir. The last person that can criticize somebody for wearing sunglasses at night is Pigskin Pete. I mean, I'm not wearing them now. I'd say the majority of my videos, I'm wearing sunglasses at night, so I fit right into that category. Maybe I have a brain injury too. Yeah, but there's a lot of former players that are coaches that are like that. Yeah, well. Slim Shady, I've had that before. Yes, it is good. You're right. You know what my new favorite whiskey is, and I got it last week, and it was the first time I ever had it. It's by far and away my favorite whiskey now. It's not even whiskey; it's bourbon. The Jim Beam Black Aged. If you haven't tried, I guess it's their answer to Gentleman Jack. I don't know how long it's aged, 12 or 15 years or whatever. Oh my God, it's so good. It's good. It's a sipping whiskey. I could sip it all night long. It tastes great. 2nd and 13 coming up. 40 from the 42. Sorry, from the 38. Flag on the play before the snap. This is going to be a 5-hour game, folks. This is at least the 10th or 12th flag on the game. They're throwing a flag if somebody farts. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. The game's been on for an hour and a half, and there's still 6 minutes left in the second quarter. I like Tony Romo. All right, Milton back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket, rolls around to the right, across the 40. He's going to keep it across the 30, all the way down to he's about 2 yards short of the first down marker there. It's going to be 3rd and 2 coming up. Shit, hold on. Is that SM? What time is it? Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh. So the Cincinnati and SMU game that moved to a pick'em game. So I just made a pick on the Bearcats. I almost missed it. I think the game's about to kick off in a second. First and goal from the 4. Touchdown, Michigan. Hassan Haskins with the 4-yard touchdown. Have you ever had that? What's up? Wilkie says it's always sunny in Coolville. The sunglasses thing for me started because, well, it's a long story, but there's a reason a lot of people on YouTube wear sunglasses if you haven't noticed, especially if they don't have high-powered cameras and lighting systems and everything. There's a reason for there's a technical reason for it. It's not to look cool. That's how it started for me. And then as time went on with the sunglasses, people started to always make comments about the sunglasses. Why you're an idiot? You're wearing sunglasses and indoors and this and that. And so eventually, for me, it became a thing where I'm going to wear the sunglasses just because it makes you mad, type thing. And that's really what it was for a while. Was I'm just going to wear sunglasses because for some reason you have a problem with it, just to piss you off, which probably isn't the best thing to do on YouTube. I mean. Anyway, it is what it is. So, but yes, try the Jim Beam Black, Jesse. It's called Jim Beam Black Aged. I was surprised at how good it was, and I mean I like all whiskey, but that is definitely the best one I've had. That's not like a whatever, 20-year aged, $300 bottle. Did not see that, Luke. I was switching back and forth between several games. I must have missed that play that you're talking about. And then once North Carolina started to blow them out, I abandoned the game completely, honestly. Everybody make sure you hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button. That helps me out. Visit howardsrock.net if you haven't done that already. That also helps me out. Of course, all the people that donate, that really helps me out too. Couldn't do these shows without it. So far tonight, I've had, 4 amazing and fantastic donators to Stetson Bennett's Messiah. Stetson Bennett Messiah. Michael Sachs Jr. and, of course, Wilkie. So Mark, for me personally, I don't really love Scotch, but the only Scotch I've had that I liked was I didn't buy. Sorry. The only Scotch I've ever had that I've really liked and enjoyed, I didn't buy. It was gifted to me. And it was really expensive. It was way more than $50 a bottle. So, I don't know. I'm not a huge Scotch drinker. I'm more of a whiskey or bourbon guy, but I have had some Scotch that I did like. Miami struggling with Virginia. What channel's that on? All right, so just inside of 5 minutes left here in the first half. 28-17. Hold on, I need to change the score, don't I? Yes, I do. It's on the ACC network. All right, thank you. What's up, Neo? How you doing, brother? Thank you for stopping in tonight. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. I happen to already know that you are, though. Maker's Mark's good, too. That is true. That is true. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Hands the ball off. He's going to pick up about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Gophers. Somebody asked earlier about how do I open my bottles? What bottle opener do I have? Well, this is a pink pair of scissors. Let's see how this works. There we go. Pink pair of scissors. 2nd and 5 coming up. Glenlivet's not bad, yes. From the 30, he's going to pitch it to the running back. He's going to run around the left, and he's going to get met right at the line of scrimmage by the linebacker. Or was that the safety? Anyway, 3rd down coming up, no gain. 3rd and 4. Carolina Jackpot's in the house. What's up, buddy? No. No pick sixes yet. They aren't Clemson. Only Clemson throws pick sixes. Today. 3rd and 4. Oh, incomplete. 4th and 4 coming up. Michigan's defense looks good. Hey, Jackpot, we were in your stream earlier, having a good time, buddy, watching your show. First of all, you know I love you, right? You know, Jackpot knows I love him. He knows it. It's no secret. First of all, I think he's a good guy. Second of all, I think he's extremely entertaining. But what is this thing with Jackpot? Kale, you're on here. What's this thing with Clemson being a bunch of rednecks? Clemson fans ain't but a bunch of rednecks.
DeAndre Johnson.
Hey, what's the score of the LSU and South Carolina game right now, by the way? What is it? Yeah, Jalen Waddle going down, that sucks. That does suck. Yes. Oh, yeah, screen pass, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards. Flag on the play. Hell, the ref threw the flag and it hit the player in the face. Threw that thing like a baseball. Mark Tarota says, Jackpot, I just subscribed. Hilarious shit. Yes, I sent everybody that was in here, all 40 of them at the time. I sent them over there to subscribe to you, sir. You're welcome. Not that you need it from me. I was driving, wasn't able to put in my pick. I have Michigan. I didn't hear much Minnesota picks before the game. Well, everybody in my chat was picking Minnesota before the game. I heard a lot of 31s to 28s, 31 to 24, stuff like that. We'll see. That's what I said, too. (31-17) LSU. Jackpot. I picked. And see, this is when you know the Gamecocks are going to lose. Well, you might know they're going to lose because it's Saturday and there's football on. But in all seriousness, I picked the Gamecocks to win outright on the money line against the LSU. 1st and 10, and they're going to pick up nothing, maybe a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left here. I know it was dumb, but I'm a dumb guy. What do you want? What do you want from me? I guess I was feeling confident because I picked South Carolina. I didn't just pick. I actually bet them last week for the Lunch Money Show. I bet South Carolina last week to on the money line, and they won. And I was just thinking LSU's so terrible, and Ed Orgeron's out there chasing around 30-year-old tail. He's not focused on his priorities. I thought South Carolina could get it done this week. Clearly, I was wrong. Clearly, I was wrong. Second and 9 coming up, Michigan. In the red zone from the 12. This would be a big-time score here if the Wolverines could score. It's going to be hard for the Golden Gophers to come back from, let's see, what would it be? 3 scores after this, if they get a touchdown here. Runs up the middle, picks up about 8 of the 9. There's a fumble on the play. I think they got it back. I think they got it back. Coach O doing a different type of recruiting. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'm not hating, by the way. I might be making fun of Coach O, but I'm definitely not hating. Man's living his best life. Can't hate on that. Run up the middle, touchdown, Michigan. Uh-oh. So, we'll see what happens in the second half here, but it's looking as if, I mean, Penn State shit the bed today, right? Lost to Indiana. And Minnesota was supposed to be the savior. Or Nebraska. Of course, we clearly saw Nebraska is not up for the task against elite teams. So, I mean, listen, what are we talking about here? Who else in the Big Ten? It's Ohio State and everybody else. And now it appears to maybe be Ohio State and Michigan. And we'll see what happens in the second half. I mean, the game's not over. It's 35-17, but let's be real here. Mrs. Mullen is the number 1 recruiter in the nation. We all know. This is Luke Walker. Hold on here. Luke Walker just made the statement of the night. He says that every game that Peete streams is a blowout. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. You're right. You're right. Can I get a close game when I stream something here to make it interesting? No, never. Another touchdown by LSU. Jeez-a-ree. Penn State fans complaining about the look, Penn State was up by 8 points with 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the game, and they'd let Indiana run down the field in less than a minute and score a touchdown, and then they let them get a 2-point conversion, and they missed 2 field goals. Penn State should not be blaming anybody else but Penn State for their loss. It's definitely not anybody. It's not the ref's fault. Penn State's fault. Touchdown, Virginia. Who's score of that game? What's up, Mystic Gaming? Pete, I drank the juice now. What we have is no damn defense. Mystic Gaming is a Georgia Tech fan. I'm sorry to inform you, sir, and I don't want to pour on to your misery, but that's. I mean, you have no defense. It's true. You have more problems than that, though. But listen, man. I'll give you a silver lining to this. I've been a proponent of Jeff Collins. I like Jeff Collins. What did people expect? 10. Well, how long was Paul Johnson there? 12 years? 13 years? I don't know exactly. Somewhere along, over a decade. I mean, come on. What do you expect Jeff Collins to do? He's rebuilding the team from the ground up. Give this guy some time. This is not surprising to me. Give him some time. He needs another 2 or 3 years, honestly. I mean, I'd probably expect another bad year next year, honestly, if I were you. He's got the hardest job in college football right now, Jeff Collins, rebuilding what's going on there at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech fan, is that a thing? Yeah, you're looking at one right there, Mystic Gaming. He's the only Georgia Tech fan with any amount of balls to even show up in these chats. So I give him some credit for that alone. He's a brave man and a loyal fan, which is all that really matters on this channel. I don't care who you're a fan of as long as you're loyal. He's clearly loyal. So I have respect for that. A lot of respect for that, actually. Virginia has a 3rd and goal from the 20. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. There's a minute left. I don't know what Minnesota's trying to do here. I guess they're going to try to... Last thing you want to do is turn the ball over or give the ball back to Michigan before the half. If I were them, I'd just go ahead and kneel it. Is that true, Mystic Gaming, sir? Is he the one that did that? Oh, he said he paid him. See, I don't know who to believe here. He says, I'm not blaming our offense. Has honestly looked much better than last year, even with the turnovers because of freshmen and that. So I'm so upset there, but really don't know what to do with our defense. You have more problems than just your defense. Wilkie, he's saying he paid him. I'll ask Lou. He'll tell me. He'll tell me if he paid him or not. I'll ask him. He'll let me know. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. He'll let me know if he did. All right, guys. So is this halftime or are they going to play another play here? Here we go. 3rd and 6. 40 seconds left. Why would they not just kneel it? Morgan's going to roll around to the right and throw it down the field. Incomplete. Now it's 4th and 6. There's 30 seconds left. Now you got to punt it. Seven to 8 years. Geez, Boll Weevil. He's not even giving him as much credit as I am. All right, the punt is up. Another shit punt. This guy is the worst punter in college. That didn't even go 15 yards. That's the 2nd time he's done that tonight. Is this guy on scholarship? What the hell? I'm serious, and I'm not even joking. This is not a troll job. I could punt twice that far. That's the 2nd time he's done that. Oh, my God. Michigan's about to score again. Watch this. Watch this. Michigan's going to score again. They're inside. They're at the 46, 47. Milton, back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Complete. Oh, no, it's incomplete. Almost complete. Bo Weevil says the Coots are gosh awful. Yeah, well, we all know that, but people like me get jaded. I thought LSU was god awful too. 2nd and 10. Milton scrambles, looking downfield, throws it. Almost. Oh, anyway, incomplete. There was an open receiver, Jackson, down at the 1 yard line. He missed him. Minnesota's rowing 0 boats this year. Mm. 38-17 LSU. Carolina missed a field goal. Sounds like Clemson. All right, 3rd and 10 coming up. 14 seconds left. This is the longest half in the history of football. It's like a 2.5 hour half. Milton complete over the middle. And he's going to get a first down. 7 seconds left. They're going to call a timeout. Let's see what are they going to do here. Harbaugh's mad about something. I think he's mad about the clock. He's mad about the time on the clock. How long of a field goal will this be? I didn't see where they were down. Bo Weevil says the Gophers are rowing the boat backwards. How about them Irish? Number 1 Notre Dame fan. Yeah, they looked great today. Finally, Ian Book looked like he had a pulse passing the ball. I think about Gibbs. Huh? Luke, I might do that. Hold on. 1st and 10 from the 36. 7 seconds left here. And they got in field goal range, got out of bounds. 3 seconds left. It's going to be still a long field goal, but what is it going to be? A 51-yard field goal? 50-yard field goal? What is it? Let's see where they spot it. 48-yard field goal, to be exact. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide left. He hooked it, shanked it. All right, so it's halftime, 35-17, folks. Michigan leads the Minnesota Golden Gophers. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. Do not go anywhere. Just stay here and hang out in the chat. Or maybe if you have to go somewhere, maybe you have to go pee or something. Whatever it is you got to do, go ahead and do it. I'll be back in 10 minutes, and we will resume this party. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. South Carolina's getting their ass whooped. 45-17. I'm about to turn on the Virginia and Miami game real quick. Ten to 7. Holy crap. So I was just downstairs. Mrs. Peete sent me an article written by whiskeyriff.com. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know what whiskeyriff.com is. I guess this is on Facebook. It's some sort of country music website or something. They were writing an article about Ed Orgeron and his new girlfriend. And look, they quoted or they posted my tweet on the article there. See that? By the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, I don't know what you're doing. I'm undefeated on Twitter. Not on YouTube, but on Twitter. Now it's halftime. Where's all my Miami fans at? Tiger Raven says Miami is back to mediocrity. What's up, Sooner West? I'm sure you're happy with your big win today. Mystic Gaming says, Pete, David Curry can't cover a closed door with a shotgun. Damn. Damn. Well, what's the biggest news in college football today? I think most of the teams that were supposed to do what they were supposed to do did what they were supposed to do. I guess Penn State losing is maybe the biggest thing. Of course, the day's not over yet. We'll see what happens with Miami here. But, clearly Vegas knew something that we didn't know, or at least that I didn't know about Penn State. They were only favored by 6. They lost by 1. No. What do you guys think? I mean, Notre Dame handled business handily. North Carolina handled business handily. Clemson struggled, but still won by almost 4 touchdowns. Ohio State handled business. No. Alabama handled business. Well, they win by 30-something, 31. Something like that. Ed Orgeron's girlfriend is 28. I think she's 33 is what I heard. Somebody, I don't know. Somebody said she was. I don't know what her story is. She's like internet famous or something. People seem to know who she is. My tweet was, "Who's older, Coach Orgeron's new girlfriend or Joe Burrow?" And then I immediately got some responses. She's 33 years old. Well, I was just making a joke. I had no idea how old she was. She's a model. Well, of course she is. I mean, he's been divorced for 5 minutes? I'm not hating. He's living his best life. Good for him. Good for him. She's 28. I don't know. I believe you. Somebody that responded to my tweet says she was 33. I have no idea. Penn State had like 3 times as many yards as Indiana. If you want to see how turnovers kill you, look at that game. Well, I watched the entire game, so yeah, you're right. I saw that. What's up, Funky Fudge 11? Waddle put out for the season is the biggest news today, in my opinion. That is true. That is true. I mean, it's a huge blow to Alabama. There's no two ways about it. You can't sugarcoat it, but they're so loaded. So, Clemson lost their best receiver, one of the best receivers in the country prior to the season, Justin Ross. So they're sort of in the same boat. I mean, Alabama still has 3 or 4 NFL wide receivers on their squad right now. They got a couple of young guys. What's that one guy's name? Starts with an M. I can't think of it. The Canadian guy. They got Smith still. I don't know. I think Alabama's going to be okay. But it is a huge blow, for sure. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I honestly thought that South Carolina had a chance in this game. Clearly, I was wrong. That's a good point, Mike 3883. He wants to know what's the biggest news going on with everyone in the chat. Yeah, Luke, if this game gets any more out of hand, the Minnesota-Michigan game, I will abandon it, as I'm known to do on these live streams, and I will switch over to the Miami game. It appears that the week off for LSU helped them. Luke says we had both of our starting corners out. Well, in the year of the coronavirus, every team seems to have key players missing in every game. Clemson had 3 of their key starters out on defense today, too. And that's the second or third time that's happened this season, actually. And I don't know exactly the reason Darian Kendrick was out. They didn't say. I'm assuming he was injured. Same thing with Tyler Davis. He's missed a couple of games because of injury this year so far, but I don't know why they held him out today. I didn't see him listed on the injury report prior to today, anyway. So. Northwestern's up 30-3 over Maryland. Holy crap. I thought that NC State would put up a better fight against North Carolina than they did. Certainly not surprised that North Carolina won the game. I'm just surprised they dominated as much as they did, especially after last week. Right now, there's 3 teams still in it in the ACC to challenge Clemson. That is Notre Dame, North Carolina, and, of course, Miami. If Miami loses tonight, that's it for them. They're done. It's an elimination game. Cincinnati's up 14-0. Good. I picked them in a pick 'em right before the game started. So I'm glad to hear that. Who is the playing quarterback for Maryland? I haven't seen even a down of that game. Is Tulia Tungavailoa playing? I'm assuming he's not. Cincinnati is good. They're probably going to represent the group of 5 this year in a New Year's Six bowl game, if I had to guess. Unfortunately for them, they could go undefeated and still not make the playoffs because they don't play any Power 5 teams this year. The Big Ten could give Maryland all the Big Ten money and they still would not win the Big Ten. Yeah, well. All right, Michigan, Minnesota, 1st and 10. Golden Gophers from the 29-yard line. Morgan, he's pressured. He's running around to the right, throws it out of bounds. 2nd and 10 coming up. I will never get used to not seeing any fans in the stands. That's just so, it's just weird. Second and 10 from the 29. Hand the ball off, runs up the middle with a big hole, picks up about 7. 3rd and 3 coming up. I mean, it's not a blowout yet, man. If Minnesota can score here, there's still an entire half left. I mean, did you watch the Penn State game? Come on to a junior, he says. 3rd and 3 coming up. Morgan hands the ball off, runs to the right. 1st down and more. 1st down, Golden Gophers. I mean, that's what happens, Crimson and White, whenever you miss 2 field goals and then you're winning by 8 points with less than 2 minutes left and you still lose the game. That's oh man, that's tough. The one field goal they missed was short too. It was like a 27-yarder or something. The other one was still less than 50. They missed that one too. Did anyone actually want Meat Chicken to win? No. All right, 2nd and 10. Play action. Down the field, complete to the tight end. 1st and 10 from the 42 coming up. Big time play there, conversion by the Golden Gophers. Man, if number 7 from Michigan was paying attention, that would have been a pick 6. He just didn't see the ball coming. Morgan hands the ball off. Big run. Picks up about 7. 2nd and 3 coming up. They're moving the ball down the field pretty well here. Ever consider doing calls during a blowout? You could get some interesting drunk callers, either really happy or I have considered it, Mike. And you know, I may do that later in the year when these games mean more. I'm not going to do it on the week 1 of the Big Ten. And again, the calls cost me money. So 2nd and 3. First down, Minnesota. Well, let's see where they spot it. I think forward progress. I think he'll get the first down here. Let's see where they spot it. Yeah, they're going to give it to him, I think. Yeah. 1st and 10 coming up from the 34. And they're playing fast. They're putting off a snap it looks like every 25 seconds, which is pretty fast. Morgan with the fake handoff, throws it over the middle, almost intercepted. Batted down, 2nd and 10 coming up. I probably will do it eventually, Mike. I probably will. Like I said, again, probably towards the end of the season, I'll do it. Second and 10 coming up from the 33. Morgan back to pass, throws it complete to number 0. He changes direction. Big play inside the 10, all the way down to the 8, out of bounds. 1st and goal, Golden Gophers. If they get a touchdown here, they're right back in this thing. The only problem I see with Minnesota is even if they do score here, so far tonight, they have not been able to do anything defensively against Michigan's offense. Hand the ball off. He breaks a tackle or 2, picks up 5. Good second effort there. 2nd and goal coming up inside the 5-yard line. Yeah. This is huge right here. Hand the ball off. Touchdown, Minnesota. An impressive drive there by the Gophers. Just went down the length of the field. And how long was that? 3 minutes? Minnesota's offense is not the problem. It's their defense so far. That wasn't 3 minutes. It was longer than that. It looks like it was about 6 minutes, but still. Impressive drive, 75 yards in 6 minutes. And the extra point is good. What's up, Slim Shady Canes? Oops. 35-24. Michigan on top. Let's see if the Michigan defense can do something. They have not been able. They've had no answer for Joe Milton in this Michigan offense so far. Slim Shady I'm sure he does not feel good at all about the first half. I can go ahead and answer that for you. Is halftime over yet there? Let's find out. Looks like it's about to start up right now. What's up, Wyatt Biskin? Biskin. Says OH. Slim Shady says Miami's offensive line is doo-doo confirmed no matter what other Miami fans think. I'm not going to disagree with you, but I'm not a Miami fan, so my opinion doesn't matter apparently to most people anyway. Javonte Williams is North Carolina State's daddy. Is he as much of a daddy as DeAndre Johnson is to the South Carolina Gamecocks?
DeAndre Johnson! Who the fuck is he? He's a fucking freshman? Fuck!
Let's see if Michigan can answer this touchdown. So far, this Joe Milton guy from Michigan is as good as advertised. Man, Minnesota's got a terrible kicking game. He just kicked that thing like 20 yards again. Uh-oh, loose ball. Who got it? I think Michigan got it back. There's a fumble there. Yeah, Michigan got it back. Seriously, though, what's going on with with Minnesota's kicking game? They might have the worst kicking game I've seen in football this year. 2 punts that were about 15 yards. That thing went about 20 yards, maybe. The kickoff. All right, from the 32, 1st and 10. Milton rolls around to his right. The ball was tipped, and they still got number 0. Still got the reception there. First down. What's up, Morgan Thomas? How you doing, buddy? He says Yahoo says the punter and well, clearly that makes sense now that you said that. I didn't know that, but their kicking game is awful. I mean, next level bad. First and 10 from the 39-yard line. I'm sorry, from the 44-yard line. Milton hands the ball off. And he's gonna pick up about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. I could kick better. I know I could kick that thing at least 30 yards. I'm not even joking. Hey, if you don't believe me, I have a video. Just type it in the search bar. Type in Pigskin Peete Slob Olympics training. I have a Slob Olympics training video on YouTube. And I kicked that thing at least 40 yards in that video. Let's go watch it. And I wasn't even trying. And I was barefoot in my backyard. 2nd and 6. They're going to run it around to the left. Let's see where they spot it. He might have picked up the first down. If not, it's going to be just short. We'll see where they spot it here. I might have to play that Slob Olympics training video for you to prove to you I'm not lying about my kicking skills. Milton with the quarterback keeper runs around to the right. And on 1st and 10, he picks up 9 yards without even trying. 2nd and 1 coming up. New mic, low-key jelly. Yeah, the mic is it's not that new. I've had it for a couple of months now, I think. But yes, had to get the new mic, got a new soundboard, and so I needed had to get rid of the lantern. 2nd and 2 coming up from the 37. Michigan's offense is just moving the ball at will this whole game. Another first down and then some, down to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Wolverines. Minnesota offensively looks good, but defensively they don't look good at all. All right, 1st and 10 from the 30. Milton throws it over the middle. Complete. Inside. Oh, he dropped it. That was a touchdown. He just dropped a touchdown. You got to catch that, bro. You got to catch that. Wide open. He would have been untouched into the end zone. It was the tight end, number 83. Wide open. I don't even know. That was almost like a catch and a fumble and I don't know what that was. For a sec, they called it an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Milton rolls around to his left, pitches it to the tight end number 83, inside the 20, inside the 10, inside the 5, down at the 2 or the 3. We'll see where they spot it. 1st and goal, Wolverines. Man, Minnesota's defense is looking like a Big 12 out here. Can't tackle, wide open receivers. 1st and goal. Hand the ball off up the middle. He picks up maybe a yard. 2nd and goal coming up from the 3. If Michigan scores here, I might abandon this game for the time being and switch over to the Miami and Virginia game just because it's going to be closer. And Minnesota hasn't been able to stop a nosebleed all night. Milton keeps the ball. Touchdown, Michigan. Milton's having a night. He's having a coming out party tonight. He's had a hell of a game, and he looks impressive, I'm not going to lie. This is what Michigan has been lacking since Jim Harbaugh's been there. What is this, year 5, 6, 5? At least 6, maybe? The kick is up. The kick is good. 42-24 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Yeah. What is up, P Digits? Yeah, it is a yawn game. You're right. Here I was hoping that this would be I thought this would be a good game. I did. I'm not going to lie. Thank you, Slim Shady Canes. What's frustrating was Miami's offense would have Virginia's defense sucking air, then the O-line would fold or the offense would just bog down. I don't know. See, Mark, I think it's clear that Ohio State is a tier above everybody else in the Big Ten, but it is week one after. I mean, it's been 11 months since these guys played a game. I don't know. We'll see if Michigan can actually give Ohio State a game. I think that they, based on what I'm seeing tonight anyway, I think they have the best chance out of anybody to give Ohio State a game, but I still think it's going to be, futile. Ohio State's clearly head and shoulders above everybody else. Did you hear I don't know if you tuned into my show on Wednesday night, pretty shocking stat that I heard. There's 20 five-star players in the Big Ten right now. 16 of them are on Ohio State's team. So more than 3/4 of the five-star players currently on rosters in the Big Ten belong to Ohio State. In the ACC has 16 five-star players on the rosters. Clemson has 11 of them, so same situation. Predator Fish 87, what do I think of Milton? I think Milton looks great. I think he looks great. I thought Justin Fields looked great today, but that's not surprising to anybody either. Certainly wasn't to me. So, I mean, Justin Fields' numbers today were ridiculous. What was he, like 90% completion percentage? He's fun to watch. Oh, I think one of those passes, or two of those passes that were incomplete for him, were just drops by the receiver. Two good questions here. Predator wants to say, say Michigan wins, what rank do you think they will have? Good question. I think they'll be ranked in the top 6, probably. Mr. Troll says, why did Georgia let him go? Well, they didn't let him go. Kirby Smart's just an idiot. And he left. And he did the best thing for him, and he made the right choice, apparently. Well, I don't know. That's a good question, too, Mr. Troll, because, you know what? Quite frankly, I mean, Fields is obviously a generational talent, great player. I don't know that Georgia knows how to utilize a player like that correctly. They haven't proven that they can. So even if Fields was at Georgia, yeah, would they be better? Of course they would. But would they use him correctly? I don't know. I mean, Ryan Day clearly has just opened the playbook up and lets him throw it all over the yard, lets him run, lets him do whatever he wants to do. I don't know that Georgia's offense would allow him to do that. I mean, that's an impossible question to answer, quite frankly, but I think Minnesota is better than Nebraska. Well, I don't doubt that Monken is a legit OC. Clearly he is. But I'm starting to question whether, I mean, I don't know. See, here's what else I don't know. Who's making the decision on who they're starting at quarterback at Georgia? Is it Monken or is it Kirby? Because there's been several offensive coordinators there, and the only common denominator is Kirby Smart at this point. And them choosing to start Stetson Bennett over JT Daniels at this point, we'll see what happens next week. I'm going to start to question Monken, too, if that happens. We'll see. I tend to believe that they're going to give JT Daniels a start next week, but nothing would surprise me with Georgia at this point. I mean, listen, they brought in JT Daniels for a reason, and it wasn't to be the backup to Stetson Bennett. If he's cleared to play him. See what he's got. I know this for sure. Without even seeing JT Daniels play a snap in Georgia. Because I saw at least some snaps when he was at USC. He's got a big arm. He can move the ball down the field. Stetson Bennett can't throw the ball more than 30 yards. And, I mean, he just can't. It's not his fault. It's just, it is what it is. He doesn't have a big arm. I actually believe that Jake Fromm is actually better than Stetson Bennett. 3rd and 2, Minnesota picks up the first down. Look, Stetson Bennett's a great story. Right? Undersized guy, walk on, leaves the program, goes to an FCS school, or not even an FCS school, a JUCO school. Comes back, 4th on the depth chart. All kinds of crazy shit happens. Jamie Newman leaves. JT Daniels not cleared to play. The other guy goes in there and has a bad, first half against Arkansas. They put Stetson Bennett in, he wins. That's all great. When it comes down to the come down, you're in the SEC. You have playoff aspirations and national championship aspirations. You have the roster to do it with. Stetson Bennett ain't that guy. He ain't that guy. Funky Fudge, how are my bets? I'm doing good on my bets today, actually. Very good. I don't know. I haven't really checked them lately. I know I'm up. I'm up a couple of games. And then right before the Cincinnati game started, I bet on that one. What's the score of the Cincinnati game? Does somebody know that? Your bets are a mess. Well, you sound like me for the past 3 weeks. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut every once in a while. So I'm the blind squirrel getting a nut this week, apparently. George, you tried to call in, but there's no call-in show, sir. I don't know why that's hard to understand. If there's no phone number on the screen that says call in, then there's no call-in show. And you won't get through because that's not my real phone number. So, 3rd and goal coming up here for Minnesota. From the 4. Tanner Morgan back to pass, throws it into the corner of the end zone, and he almost gets a one-hand catch, but it's incomplete. 4th and goal coming up. I say you go for it here. Yeah, obviously you can't stop a nosebleed on defense. Michigan's scoring at will on you. Field goals does nothing for you in this game. Looks like Cincinnati's winning 14-7. Yeah, thank you. I picked right before the game started. It went down to a pick'em, and I picked Cincinnati with a pick'em. So all they have to do for me to win is just win by 1 point. So hopefully they can do that. 4th and goal coming up here. Morgan back to pass. Oh, wide open. He just missed him. Wide open receiver in the back of the end zone, and he overthrows him, looking like Stetson Bennett from last week. What are they going to do here? Are they going to kick a field goal? Dude, he overthrew him by... Shaq couldn't have caught that. All right, so turn it over to the Virginia and Miami game. 10-7, 8 minutes. And 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. What is Miami doing? Virginia's 1-3, man. Yeah, this is an elimination game, by the way. If Miami drops the game to Virginia, they're out of the race. They're out, I mean, that's it. They have no shot at even making it to Charlotte. George says Clemson got lucky. Sir. Oh! Almost a pick six. He just dropped it. Oh. I disagree. I don't think the day was dull at all. The Penn State game was especially exciting. I think that was probably the best one of the day. Derek King scrambling, throws it complete for a first down. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of dull, but I mean, the Penn State game was extremely exciting, even though, I mean, Penn State played awful. Yeah, there weren't very many good matchups. You're right about that. I'm not going to complain, though. I was happy to see the Big Ten come back. Yeah. Predator, I don't know, man. He knocked over the pylon. The question was his knee or his arm or his elbow? I was streaming when I was watching that, so I didn't really pay that close of attention to it. If you knock over the pylon simultaneously with your knee or your elbow going down, I guess you have to call that a touchdown. The real story there was Penn State allowing them up by 8 points to drive the length of the field in less than a minute, and they get the 2-point conversion. So, I mean, Penn State blew it. That's all there is to it. They deserved to lose that game, really. So we all did, Mr. Troll. I did too. I had Penn State -6. They let us all down. 2nd and 1 coming up for Miami on the 21 or 22 actually. Yeah, first down easily. All the way down to the 15. Luke said he picked Pitt and Florida State on the money line. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't bet either one of those. I did pick on the show. I didn't bet it, but I picked Florida State to cover. And I can't remember what I said about Pitt, honestly. I don't remember. Do you remember? I don't know. Didn't bet it, though. Thank God I didn't. How about Mizzou? Let's be real here. Missouri is surprisingly good. That quarterback they have is good. I think he's a true freshman, too. Missouri is definitely a surprising team this year. They're not the worst team in the SEC. Not even by the hell. They might even be the second worst team in the. They might even be the third worst team in the SEC. They might be. They're right there in the middle of the pack. Mizzou is underrated. You're right. They are. They played some impressive football so far this year. What's up, Nate the Great? Don't be late. You're back. Yeah. What's up, CS? Yes, Milton is a big boy, and he's playing great too. Something very positive for any Michigan fan to look forward to this season is Milton looks like he's the real deal so far. We'll see how much of that is. I mean, Minnesota having no defense, is that the case, or is Milton really that good? Either way, it's a positive sign. You know, second and goal, Miami rising down to the 1. Predator, that's the one I'm very disappointed that I did not bet on. I knew that Michigan State was going to be bad, but at the end of the day, it's very hard, especially without seeing any Big Ten games all year, to bet on Rutgers. It's just something that's hard to do. But I had a feeling that they would at least cover. And I mean, Michigan State is next level bad. Third and goal. Michigan State is so bad. I'd have to pull their schedule up, but playing an only Big Ten schedule, I'm trying to think of how many teams in the Big Ten look worse after 1 week than Michigan State, and I can't think of any. Maybe Maryland. What's up, Diliana? Holy crap! I don't want to butcher your name, Diliana. I'm just going to call you Diliana. Yes, go blue. Michigan is winning. You are right. Look at this. Miami has to settle for a field goal. They had second and goal from the 3. Man, this is pitiful. Miami's got no chance. I'm going to change it back to the Michigan game. Rutgers might win 3 games this year. Slim Shady, things are not looking good, bro. I don't have to tell you that. I don't have to tell you that. Touchdown, Michigan. This is an arse whooping. A lot of hype surrounding Minnesota's team this year. And I don't even think Minnesota necessarily had to come out and win this game to earn respect, but they needed to compete at home opener. What did they return? They returned like 18 starters on offense or something. One of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten. And they're just getting manhandled right now. Manhandled. And yes, Michigan. I mean, you got to. It's not all Minnesota. Michigan does look good. Michigan does look good. Yeah. And I've been the first to say, a lot of Michigan fans, they think I hate Michigan or something because I give them a hard time. I give Jim Harbaugh a hard time for obvious reasons. I mean, he deserves some criticism listen, he wins a lot of games. He's a good coach. He recruits well. All that. When you're making $8 million a year, whatever it is, you've got to eventually win your division. You've got to eventually beat your division rival. I know Ohio State's great, but you got to beat them at least once. But all he's really been missing is a quarterback. It appears as if they've got a quarterback. So hopefully Milton can stay healthy and can give Ohio State a run for their money. I mean, I think we would all enjoy that, unless you're an Ohio State fan, obviously. Jim Harbaugh's Mark Richt without a Bible. I don't know. I think I don't know. Didn't he take his team to the Vatican? So he's got a Bible too. Yeah, 48-24. Let me change the score real quick. Do that. Mark says he's an anybody but Michigan guy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Buckeyes don't have to feel anything about Michigan. The shoe's on the other foot. I mean, let's be real here. There's still a gap until proven otherwise between Michigan and Ohio State. I mean, I don't think anybody can argue with that, especially considering the performance that the Buckeyes put on today. Who's saying that Michigan isn't better than Minnesota? What's up, Prince, my buddy? I know they're not, Mr. Troll. I'm agreeing with you. I mean, I wouldn't be worried about Michigan if I was Ohio State. Not one. I mean, you gotta put up or shut up. Beating Minnesota does not mean they're on Ohio State's level. You gotta beat Ohio State. What it comes down to. P. Digis is the only person in the whole world watching the BYU game right now. But thank you. What's up, Mr. You Mad, bruh? Cheers to everybody that took the time out to click on the video, come hang out with me tonight and watch these atrocious games, these blowouts. I guess this Virginia and Miami game's okay. Not bad. I mean, unless you're a Miami fan, it's bad. 13-7. Jeez, the third quarter's about to end here. Derek King can't hit the broadside of a barn from 15 yards away. Looks like it's raining there in Miami. Not that matters. Yeah, Tanner Morgan's a good player. I'll tell you one thing. Minnesota's defense, bad. I mean, can anybody argue with that? They can't tackle, wide open receivers. Derek King's rolling around to his right, throws it. I think it's complete. See what they say. Yeah, complete. On 3rd and 11, that was a big play for Miami there. Air Force versus San Jose State at 10:30. Yeah, he's in. No, BYU's decent, but they're playing. So that was Notre Dame's fate. If the ACC didn't bend over and allow them in the conference for a year, Notre Dame would be having BYU problems. Yeah, they'd be undefeated, blowing everybody out, but they'd be playing, the school of the blind every week like BYU is. Look, if BYU was to get in the playoffs somehow for being undefeated, they would get beat at 70-0 by any team in the playoffs. There's just no comparison. If Michigan beats Ohio State this year, can you make a video about if Michigan wins? Sir, that's 100% certainty that will happen. Yes. If Michigan beats Ohio State, I promise you I will make a video about it. Of course I will. You're having to pick him with your dog and he's winning. He's not overthinking it. Well, Notre Dame, but who's going to... Mark, listen. Notre Dame wouldn't have a choice the same way that BYU didn't have a choice. These conferences are not playing out of conference games. Notre Dame might have been able to muster up a couple of ACC teams because the ACC of all the Power 5 conferences is the only one that was willing to play any non-conference games whatsoever, but all they did was play cupcakes. Clemson played Citadel. I mean, they all played lower division, lower class classification teams. Notre Dame wouldn't have had a choice. I mean, them joining the ACC, it made their season. They would have had no season. They would have been like BYU. They'd have been playing group of 5 and FCS teams. They wouldn't have had a choice. I mean, they wouldn't have played an SEC team. They wouldn't have played a Big Ten team. They might have got a couple of ACC teams on their schedule. They wouldn't have played a Big 12 team. Maybe. They might have played a Big 12 team. Maybe. Probably not. So they're only as good as their options, and their options were not good outside of the ACC. Plus, I don't even know if you're a Big 12 team what you benefit from playing a Notre Dame, so they probably wouldn't have had any Big 12 teams either. Clemson, I agree with you, Nicola. Clemson probably still would have played them because they were already on the schedule anyway, and Clemson wanted that game, and it would have been mutually beneficial. Outside of Clemson, I don't know how much more games they would have got. Sure, they would have rolled that schedule. The same way that BYU's rolling their schedule, but they're not getting any respect for it. You can't be a Power 5 caliber team like Notre Dame. They're basically a Power 5 team, even though they're not in a conference every year. And play people outside of the Power 5 only and get respect. I guarantee the playoff committee wouldn't respect that. I mean, whether it's right or wrong, it is what it is. And the ACC missed a huge opportunity to force Notre Dame's hand. They could have said, look, we'll allow you in the ACC, but you've got to commit to a 10-year contract or whatever it is in the ACC from here on out, but they didn't do it. So next year, Notre Dame will go back to being independent, business as usual, playing six ACC teams a year, but still being independent, not splitting any of that revenue with the ACC, beating up on the lower half of the ACC, collecting wins. There's no doubt in mine or anybody else's mind that Notre Dame is getting the better end of the deal out of this deal here. What's up, Big Ed? No, undefeated Notre Dame would not get in if they weren't playing Power 5 teams. They needed the ACC to have a chance to get in. Michigan is better than Minnesota, but this year beating Ohio State. Diliana thinks that Michigan is going to beat Ohio State this year. We'll see. Big Ed, big win, I guess. John Swofford has been rolling over for Notre Dame, well, for the better part of half of a decade now. Everybody knows it. Not sure why. Also, John Swofford is the only only conference commissioner that I can think of ever that has announced his retirement 2 years ahead. He comes out and says, "Yeah, guess what, guys? I'm retiring in 2022." Well, you got to wait 2 more years. I'm not going to argue with that. Asses in the seats. All right. I mean, I believe that Notre Dame would be better off by joining the ACC, and that's just my personal opinion. Financially, they would be better off joining a conference. They, every team in the ACC, as part of their ACC TV deal, makes more money than Notre Dame does with NBC. Every ACC team is making close to $30 million a year, $27 million a year with TV contracts. Notre Dame's making $15 million a year with NBC in the outdated deal. So, what's up, Dr. Winston Obugi? Cheers, Pete. Just stopping in to hit the like button. Carry on. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. You're amazing and fantastic. He's one of the OGs on this channel. Doesn't show up very often anymore. I don't know why. Maybe he's just a busy man. But anyway, glad to see him here. Slim Shady says Notre Dame hasn't won a game after December in 30 years. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. Oh, Asher Moore. I don't think I have enough time or patience to answer that question because I've answered it 1,000 times. And I think I know what you're doing here. You're trying to get me worked up. I would eliminate the divisions anyway. I'm not going to get into it. I don't have I don't have enough energy for it tonight. To answer your question, yes, I would eliminate divisions. And I would add a group of 5 team. I would love to have UCF or, I don't know, Cincinnati. Cincinnati would fit in the ACC as far as geographically. Not that that matters anymore. I don't know about academically. I don't like divisions of football. Never did. Think they're useless. Think they rob us of very good matchups in conference each year. But there is a reason they have them, I guess. So, I'm in the minority on that. I know that. App State's another one that would fit. Well, yeah, you're right. Although there's already, half of the conference is in North Carolina already. There's no other state that has more ACC teams in it than North Carolina. To add another one, I don't know. I don't know if App State. What's the student body there at App State, Luke? Do you know? I mean, how many undergrad students do they have? Most ACC schools are small academically. Like Clemson's, hell, they got 20,000, but like Duke only has like 7,000. I don't know how many North Carolina has. Probably less than 10,000. Miami's only got 15,000. A bunch of small schools in the ACC. Student body wise. I don't know how many App State. I'm assuming App State's a small school. I don't know, though. North Carolina has like 20,000. Okay, I didn't know. I thought they were smaller than that. The biggest school in the ACC by far is Florida State. They've got maybe they might have 30 or 40,000. After that, got to be either Louisville or Virginia Tech, and then Clemson, and then everybody else. Georgia Tech doesn't have that many either. 30,000 at North Carolina. There's no way. I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe that, but you might be right. I'd be surprised if that was true. I mean, typically these schools, the better academically they are, the less students they have, typically. Now, you have a school like Michigan who's very well academically, who have a lot of students, so maybe, I don't know. Yeah, App State Stadium holds like 30 or 40,000, something like that, yeah. Mark's right. Notre Dame did win their bowl game last year. App State's 18,000, so that's not far off from Clemson, actually. Okay. So they would fit in then. Yeah, NC State, that's another big one. I forgot about them. I did know that. Florida State, NC State, you're telling me North Carolina. But one thing you don't see in the ACC is any of these schools like they have in the SEC and the Big Ten where they have 50 and 60,000 students. I mean, look at the Big Ten alone. Nebraska, massive. Ohio State, massive. Michigan, massive. They all have over 50,000 undergrad. And you see the same thing in the ACC, a bunch of 40, 50, 60,000 student schools. You don't see any of that in the ACC. I'd say probably out of all the Power 5 conferences, let me think about this for a second. The Big 12 has some really big schools and also some really smaller schools, like private schools like TCU. I'd say out of all the Power 5 conferences, the ACC has the smallest schools, as a whole. Clemson's 23. Okay. I mean, UCF has 75,000 undergrad. I think they're the biggest. Actually, I know they're the biggest. They have the largest undergrad population on the East Coast. UCF does. Yeah, Florida State 41,000. They've got to be the biggest in the ACC. And the smallest have to be Duke and Georgia Tech. Duke's only got like 7,000, maybe 8,000 now. I don't know. Georgia Tech's small too. Maybe 10,000, 12,000, something like that. Well, Nicholas, what Clemson has done when my wife went to Clemson, and we're talking 20 years ago now, they took a lot more in-state students than they do now. And the tuition was reasonable, still expensive, but reasonable, especially compared to South Carolina, who's obviously the other big university in the state. South Carolina is still way cheaper than Clemson is, a lot cheaper. But Clemson has they've made it harder for in-state students to get in. You're better off from being from out of state to get into Clemson than you are in-state. And of course, they charge you more if you're out of state. So they have raised their the standards to get in there, especially in-state students, and they've made it more expensive for everybody over the past certainly over the past 20 years, but even over the past 10 years probably. Wake Forest, small 2, 7,500. Luke, where do you live? What state do you live in? Do you live in North Carolina? If you have good grades and good SAT scores and you live out of state, and if you don't live in South Carolina, you have a pretty good chance of getting into Clemson. You'd probably need 3.8 GPA and at least a 1450 on your SAT to get in there now. Didn't used to be that way. Yeah. Yeah, Miami just scored. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. I've abandoned the football games. Wouldn't that be something, Luke, if you went to Clemson? What's up, GM? Of course, you'd have to switch your allegiance. You'd fall in love with Clemson. You could still be a North Carolina fan in the back of your, deep down in your heart. But man, that's an ass whooping. Michigan 49-24. He's a ree. These games are getting boring, and I'm loving chatting with you guys, but that's all it is at this point, is a chatting session. I'm probably just going to get off of here. Getting tired. Been on for almost 4 hours now. Thank you to everybody that joined me tonight. You're all amazing and fantastic. Stetson Bennett Messiah, Michael Sachs Jr., Wilkie, and Slim Shady Canes. Thank you for the donations. You're all great. Thank you to everybody that stopped in. I couldn't do these streams without you. I will see you all right here on Monday at noon for college football coast to coast with myself and Mark Rogers TV. We'll recap the games from this weekend and then talk about the games from next weekend. Hope to see you all there. Love you all. It's been great. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Pigskin Pete. Checking Andy Gase. Thank you. Before I get off, Andy Gase coming through with the late donation. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the kind words, too. He says, great show. Thank you. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Later.